Live at 5, this is 13 News Now.
Parts of Hampton Roads are seeing a light dusting of snow today, leaving some wondering when a major snowfall could come our way. This video of flurries comes to us from Daniel Rivera in Pungo. Hello, I'm David Allen.
And I'm Janet Roach. People living on Knott's Island also saw flurries. We have a photo that was sent in by Maureen Saxton, and you can even see right there a bit of light snow sticking to the ground. And Evan, what's going on out there?
Well, earlier today, just like we had Thursday, we had those winds blowing down the Chesapeake Bay, produced a Bay Effect streamer and some Bay Effect snow right through Northampton County, parts of Virginia Beach, and down towards Knott's Island as well. The rest of us saw lots of sunshine. But again, this happens every once in a while in the early winter when the bay water and the ocean water temperatures are still relatively warm and that cold air is blowing in from the north. And there's a potential we could see that down along the Outer Banks tomorrow as well in a few spots. And that's just the first chance of snow coming up, maybe even a bigger chance coming up as we head into Wednesday. But again, those north winds picking up that moisture, pushing those snowflakes down towards the south. Now the next area of concern is this fairly innocuous looking cluster of showers just off the coast of Florida, an area of low pressure that's going to sit there for the next couple of days before finally making a run up the east coast. Close enough that it'll throw some moisture our way, and with the cold air in place, there's certainly the potential for 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 inches of snow as we get into Wednesday afternoon and into Thursday morning. You can see right along the coastline, looks like it'll mix in with some rain, but on the backside, we'll be looking at several hours of snow from Wednesday to late afternoon into Thursday morning. Something we'll be watching closely. I'll have some snowfall predictions coming up in just a few minutes. But if you're heading out this evening, mainly clear and cold, temperatures dropping by midnight to around 20 degrees and wind chills in the single digits. Winter is here for 2018.
All right, Evan, 2018 got off to a violent start in Norfolk where 4 shootings were reported in less than 24 hours. Tonight, 3 people are dead as a result of those shootings. 1 person is in the hospital with serious injuries. 13 News Now reporter Jacqueline Lee has a timeline of the tragic events.
The string of violence started yesterday at 4 in the morning. Tate Terrace. 19-year-old Trejon Rivera was in his garage with his brother and some friends. A gun went off.
I don't know how you deal with something like this, you know. They're supposed to bury us. We're not supposed to bury our children.
His Uncle William said it was an accident. He said the family doesn't know how they got the gun or what happened, but police are investigating it as a murder. Rivera was the youngest of 5, a Granby High grad, and he dreamed of being a cook and opening up a food truck with his brother.
He had dreams and he had goals, you know, that he wanted to achieve. He just didn't make it there. So.
And now the Rivera family has to bury one of their youngest. But that's just the beginning for the city. Later in the day on Virginian Drive, it's 8 o'clock at night. A woman in Ward's Corner shot several times. Neighbors say nothing like this has happened in decades in their quiet neighborhood. Police aren't releasing the woman's name or circumstances surrounding the shooting, but the woman later died at the hospital. Then on West 35th Street, only 40 minutes after ringing in 2018, a man was murdered, according to police. They're waiting to release his information until his family has been notified. And finally, 20 minutes later, it's 1 o'clock in the morning in the new year. On Norview Avenue, a 41-year-old man shot. Alenia Williams' 2 kids heard it going on outside.
My kids were like, they shooting. Like, Mommy, they shooting. So I was just like, get on the floor until you know it's over.
The man is in the hospital in serious but stable condition.
And coming up at 6 on 13 News Now, that woman shared with me how those bullets ripped through her property. Live in studio, Jacqueline Lee, 13 News Now.
Teen is dead after an armed robbery in Smithfield. Police say 18-year-old Dakota Gordon died late last night during surgery. Gordon was shot last Friday night on South Church Street. 19-year-old Gavin St. Clair was also hurt during the robbery. Police say they've connected several people to the incident. They're not releasing names while they investigate. If you have any information, please call the crime line.
New information in what Chesapeake police are calling a road rage incident. Police say they found a man with several gunshot wounds in his car outside a business on Happy Acres Road. This was just after 9 o'clock last night. The victim allegedly pulled over on I-64 near the Deep Creek exit a short time earlier and was shot. He then drove himself to the business and called police. He is expected to survive. Right now, we have no information on the suspect.
Newport News family is praying for the safe return of 81-year-old Gerald Adams. He disappeared around 9 o'clock last night. Family members tell 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens that Adams suffers from dementia.
I got a chance to sit down and talk with Adams' family. They're scared, they're anxious, and they're worried. Adams turns 81 today. His family just wants him home, and they want to get him some help.
I love you. I want you to come home.
A wife, a family, praying their loved one returns home.
Mama needs you. Hurry on home. We're waiting for you.
The search for 81-year-old Gerald Adams intensifies almost a day after his family says he left his house here in Newport News. Adams suffers from dementia. This isn't the first, second, or third time he's left home. Police last found him at the Walmart on Mercury Boulevard and Jefferson Avenue.
He was a very good man.
This is Nell Adams, his wife of 46 years. She says her husband never missed a day at school or at the shipyard. She says her husband is good to everybody, and he's a man of his word.
If he said he was going to do something, he done it.
The family on pins and needles, constantly peeking out the window. The frigid temperature's a huge concern.
You're not dressed for this weather. Please, you just got to get home. If you hear me, please come home.
Adam's daughter-in-law says that they've been trying to get him help through social services, but they're hitting brick walls. They're now asking for help.
If it's possible, come home.
And if you have any information, if you believe you've seen Adams in the last 24 hours, please call Newport News Police. Their number is on our website, 13newsnow.com. In Newport News, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
One person hospitalized after a home went up in flames minutes before midnight on New Year's Eve. The blaze broke out inside a two-story house on Deborah Drive. That's in James City County. Fire officials say the person who lived in the house inhaled smoke. No word on that person's condition. And fire officials say the home was significantly damaged by the smoke and flames. Fire marshals are investigating the cause. If you're using space heaters this winter, keep them away from your walls. One woman was forced to find another place to sleep tonight after part of her home went up in flames this morning. Fire officials believe a space heater too close to a wall was to blame. Happened on Benefit Road in Chesapeake, and fire officials say no one was hurt.
It's been a wild ride trying to determine who will represent the 94th District in the House of Delegates. Here's where things stand tonight. The State Board of Elections plans to pick a winner in the Newport News contest on Thursday, but that's only if the court doesn't intervene. The drawing was supposed to take place on December 27th, but the Democratic challenger right there, Shelley Simons, filed a legal challenge over a disputed ballot that tied the race. Then the Republican incumbent, David Yancey, filed a response to that challenge. The seat could decide the balance of power in the House. The General Assembly session is scheduled to start on January 10th.
North Carolina Democrats say they are intent on regaining their historical control of the state's General Assembly, and they say they've got just the candidates for November. Republican legislative leaders say they've got results on their side with a strong economy and lower taxes. The GOP also promises strong candidates in November when all 170 legislative seats are up for grabs. $540,000. That's how much the city of Charlottesville, along with hospitals and the University of Virginia, spent preparing for and responding to white supremacist rallies this summer. The money focused on a Ku Klux Klan demonstration in July and the failed Unite the Right rally in August. Most of the costs stem from the violent rally the weekend of August 12th, which left 3 people dead, and that includes protester Heather Heyer and 2 state troopers who died in a helicopter crash.
With the new year comes higher tolls. As of today, it costs more to cross the Elizabeth River. During peak hours, Easy Pass drivers will pay $2.09 to drive through the Midtown and downtown tunnels. That's a 14-cent increase. And if you take the Jordan Bridge, your bill will also change. People who use the Easy Pass will pay $2.35 each way. That's 10 cents more than last year. NCDOT's Division of Aviation is bringing back its popular series of drone workshops for 2018. Instructors will cover federal and state regulations, flight operations, and data management. There will also be Drone flight demonstrations. More than 500 people attended similar free workshops in 2017. The department is working on specific dates and locations for the public events.
All right, let's take you live to downtown Norfolk. Businesses in that area have grown and flourished over the past few years. Now city leaders want to see that kind of success in Ward's Corner. The intersection of Granby Street and Little Creek Road, dotted with vacant storefronts. A 2004 plan to revitalize the area never came to fruition. Now it's back to square one. The city will ask neighbors and businesses for input this year. The first of several meetings will take place later this month.